Welcome to Rajendra Tandon videos. I take a very significant part of Vidur Niti today to discuss in this video. It is the value of speech in human behavior. Vidur was Prime Minister to the Kingdom of Hastinapur. He was a stepbrother of the King Dhritarashtra. According to Krishna, Vidur was considered as Dharmaraj, which means the Lord of Truth. Krishna respected Vidur for his devotion to people's welfare and his proficiency in every sphere of knowledge. When Krishna visited Hastinapur as a peace emissary of the Pandavas, he shunned Duryodhana's offer to stay in the royal palace, preferring instead the home of Vidura, on account of him being the only neutral pen in the Kaurava court. During Krishna's visit, Vidur repeatedly advised everyone in the court to pay heed to the messenger. Nobody listened to him. Vidur Niti can be called a precursor to Chanakya Niti. It's full of wisdom. The word Vidur in Sanskrit carries the meaning of skilled, intelligent, and wise. And these were the qualities possessed by Vidura. Who was a great scholar, an epitome of truthfulness, unbiased judgment, dutifulness, and unfaltering faith to Dharma. Dhritarashtra consulted him and asked him to advise him. During the course of this discussion, Vidur stressed the need for proper speech in human conduct and interaction. Vidur says, Akrushya mano na kroshe manu eva titikshataha akroshtaram nirdahati sukritam chasya vindati. A man should not retort to foul words with expletives. Controlling his anger, the person who forgives the guilty reduces him to nothingness. To him is transferred any merit that might be due to the guilty. We must not insult one another nor abuse them. We must not betray a friend nor serve another who is mean and vicious. We should not be arrogant nor of a loose moral character. We must avoid use of angry, harsh, and unkind words in addressing another. There is a valuable advice I wish we could follow. We do get angry at times, but that's the time to ask for forgiveness of the person with whom we are angry. Vidur pinpoints the effect of harsh and unkind words. He says, Marmanya sthini hridayam tatha sona ruksha vacho nirdhantiha punsam tasmad vacham ushutim ruksharupam dharmah amo nityasho varjayit. Harsh and unkind words hurt the listener to the core of his heart. mind, and even bones. Such words make the life of the addressee miserable as if sinned. Therefore, a righteous person should give up the use of harsh words forever. Yadi santam sevati yad santam tapasvinam yadi vas stenameva vaso yatha rangvasham prayanti tatha shatesham vashma abhyupaiti. Like cloth taking on the color of a dye in which it is soaked, a noble person is adversely affected if he renders service or he keeps the company of an evil person, a fraudulent tapasvi or a thief. He comes under their sway, affects his character. Ativadam na pravadena vadayet na yo anhat pratihanyat ghatayet hantum chayo nechati papakam vai tasmai deva spriha antya gataya. Even the gods avail the arrival of a person who does not speak ill of others or who does not compel others to backbite. Such a person, provoked, unless provoked, does not attack others, nor does he provoke others to hurt him. Vidur continues. He says, it is said that silence is better than speech. Speech is telling the truth. Now, this analysis of speech I had never read anywhere. Silence is a quality of speech. The second virtue of speech is telling the truth. Use of pleasant words is the third desirable attribute of speech. I mean, these are remarkable ideas. They should be spread all around. Every child should be told about them. Fourthly, speaking according to dharma makes even pleasant words sound better. Thus, speaking the right words is a part of dharma. Vidush makes a statement which is applicable to all mankind. A human being takes on the color of the company he keeps or of those he serves. He can mold himself according to his will as well. Yato yato nivartate tatah tato vimuchyate nivartanadhi sarvato na veti dukhama avapi. A man is freed from the desires he wants to eschew. Detached. He is unaffected by any sorrow. He moves beyond happiness and sorrow, who is neither vanquished nor has a desire to overcome others, who is not inimical to anyone, who does not like to hurt the others, and who looks at infamy and aplomb with equanimity, who never nurses an ill will for anyone else, who is truthful and soft spoken, and who has conquered his senses. These are golden words. Let us read them again and again and try to act upon them. The joy of our life would multiply. I promise you. Careful speech, unbiased conduct, no prejudice against anybody. I stop here today. I shall come to you with more gems in the next video.